Welcome back to throwing myself at Keter again. It hasn't quite taken as long as Queen of Hatred yet. No. Because we need to be doing damage. Okay, this is probably gonna end up being a pulsation run. Not a pulsation run, an HP run. Guess we're using counter dice. Though we might have bigger problems. We need that consistency. If I still had access to you with Meopralis, that would solve a lot of my problems. Because that would give me a +4, +3. Fortunately, no. If I would like Nova Fabric, but we also need this. And I would like keeping strides. Just have you for. This effectively kind of does the same thing as that, but it might make my stagger better. We'll try this for a run. This means we won't have consistent counter dice, which is fine. But it also no healing. See, is that almost outside like maybe stagger? That almost doesn't matter. We are taking so much damage that it almost doesn't matter unless I can also keeping strides. That's the problem. We need Nova Fabric and Keeping Strides. On top of Fervor and Eye of Death. Unless there is some other way to get a consistent plus. Any other ways to get at most of +4. So it almost doesn't matter. Outside of the stagger, but the sustain is far more important overall. You just use that to get out of the deck. Out of the way. Pretty sure unless I get all negatives, it's not gonna work. The health would be nice. Lies might actually take us to the end though. This goes first, so like at that point it doesn't matter. That is a perfect start. Well, I guess we're doing a run with Nova Fabric anyways. Hope that lack of sustain doesn't come back to bite me in the ass. Well, at least I have counter dice. Not a lot of counter dice, but it's something. Urgings is good. Its lies might be the thing that pushes us over the edge, though. Because it just does so much for light economy. gonna get this one out of the way. You take this. That basically secures us for the rest. Ironically, that is actually one of the best options we have. We do this, we try to get Furiosa next turn. We use Furiosa. We saved Underhail. We'll probably just use. We'll use Underhail. What's our best bet? We do that. We want to keep a Furiosa for 25 HP. Yeah, there's our problem. Compared to, like, the sustain of... Yeah, it's 4 HP, but it's like, that's 4 more HP I have to take. Versus, like, 1 to 2 extra per attack. I don't know. Which one was actually better? at 0 cost as well. At 8. As long as I don't roll a 1, that does block. Is it going to be worth it? Probably not. If I do that, is it going to be a very risky play? Absolutely. Am I going to do it anyways? Yes. Which we do not have enough for Thunderhail. Okay, we're gonna do it with one of them. Nova Fabric does really help, though, to be fair. Okay, we save Furioso. We have problems. The problem still is our actual health itself. Well, I can try my best. This might be very bad. It's gonna be extremely close. Like, could die at any moment close. We could play a game of Hope for stagger. That would be incredibly risky. But he does only have 3. That's it. He can't block Furioso. That's it. That's game. Unclash would destroy all of opponent's dice. And at 10 to 20, like 14 max to 20. That's it. This is game. Or 24. We won by inches. Let's go. Defeat Angela by using the combat page Furioso. They knew! They fucking knew! That might, though in saying that, that might actually be possible to dodge using not Furioso. But, you need to roll incredibly well on the evade dice. Basically rolling max the entire time. I don't have that kind of luck. Furioso, it's kind of the intended solution. It's pretty much like a Cloud Limit Break at the end of Final Fantasy VII. I don't really care for saying Final Fantasy VII. It's an 80-year-old video game. Everything came out like in the 90s, so it's like 30 years old. But we did it. This is over. It's finally done. Yeah. And the curtains close on this game. We managed to put a stop to that sicko and his gang of nutcases somehow. Looks like their bucks are on another level too. This is the end of the invitation's guidance. We're at our final destination. Congrats, Angela. It's finally over. You got a human body, so you don't have to live as a machine anymore, right? Indeed, I am now free, or the light has been reclaimed. I have gathered a perfect human body in freedom. I've made it with your help. Thank you, Roland. All I need to do now is take the book from the light. Guess it's time for me to finish this too. Angela, you can guess what I'm about to do now, yeah? So it's no coincidence that you came to the library, Roland. You bet. Today's event leading up to this moment was the biggest gamble of my life. I see, you helped me to attain my freedom, but it wasn't for my sake. You just used me like a tool. What? Come on, don't talk like that. Well, you got nothing out of me. I never slacked off, you know. Meanwhile, I never used him for like the entire second half of the bloody game. Hell, once you saw it got pretty decent, I just used him for the entire game. Most of the entire half of the game until Gebra he became godlike. I gave it my all to support you until I've reached my goal. It's mutual exploitation, at the very least. Did you get the result you wanted? Well, I got enough. The reason I came to the library was to figure out the cause of the phenomena that created distortions, like the pianist. You know, that makes sense. And to find out who was responsible for it. And as such, all obvious signs point to you, Angela. Now this would have happened if I hadn't thrown a tantrum in your last moment. Why don't you try to stop me or kill me right away then? First off, you were simply unkillable when I first met you. Second, I wanted to know why you made the choices you did. Unmasking one's agony. I haven't watched that video on this game. Third, I thought that maybe you could make a different decision that I couldn't. And fourth, bring you the great loss, the greatest suffering, the very end of it all. Right now, you're completely human. You feel pain, its whole, and experience death. I learned here that you went through your own fair share of torment, frustration, loss. I can understand why you made the choices you made. And seeing you start to contemplate your aim as time went by, I thought that there was room for another opinion. That maybe, just maybe, you might choose a different answer. And if you somehow did, by the smallest chance, then I might have been able to find a different solution myself. But in the end, you didn't. Sure, the pain I went through may have been a speck of dust compared to your million years of despair, but so what? That day I swore to myself before that damn piano. I swore that I'd make the city experience the same sorrow of loss, of frustration that I felt. It took my world away from me. Oh, he is actually the pianist. Is he distorting? The same as you. Then, who will pay for the misery I went through? There was nothing else I could do. All I knew was to make them suffer the same pain.
나에게 그 답을 묻는 거야?
You're asking me for an answer.
알았다면
If I knew a way, if I
선택할 수
could
있었다면
choose it, I
이딴 개짓거리를
would have
하지
done
않았겠지.
this. I wouldn't have done this drivel.
그래도 한 가지는 확실히 알아.
I do know one thing for sure, is that what happened when you try to wash blood with blood.
엔젤라, 넌 반드시 나와 같은 슬픔을.
You have felt the same sorrow as me.
아니,
No,
그
you have
이상의
felt
고통을
even
겪거나
worse than that.
넌 내게
you
있어
took-
전부였던 안젤리카를 앗아갔어.
Angelica for me, she meant the world to me.
난 오직
Oh,
이 순간을
no.
위해
It sat on my hands as I
죽음을
watched
환멸하고
people I knew die, and I even killed my
내
old
손으로
friend
직접
with
죽였지.
these shadowed gloves for this moment.
이 순간을 위해
All for this very moment. I've been suppressing my emotions, forcing a pained smile.
웃었던 것.
우는 모습은
Seeing you shed tears is an unfamiliar sight.
이제 그딴 개지랄도
I'm
끝이야.
done with the facade now.
반드시 내 모든 걸 걸고 네가 상상도 못할 온갖 방식으로 세상에서 가장 고통스럽게 죽일 거야.
I'll do everything I can in ways beyond your imagination to give you the most painful death possible. I really need some proofing.
그것도 자유로 내디디기 한 걸음 전에.
Anyways. And I'll do it right before you take the final step to your freedom. Rob you of everything.
모든 걸 빼앗고 그
You reap
이상으로
the whirlwind for what you've sown.
난 그저 내
I only
고통을
wanted-
보답하고 싶을 뿐이야.
To be compensated for my suffering.
뭐야? 그 약한
What's this now? Acting all weak all of a sudden.
마지막에 와서 없던 망상.
Are you finally starting to hesitate what is almost over?
아니지.
Nah, can't be.
넌 힘과 지식,
You got power
제대로 된
and
삶과
knowledge
생명을 얻었으니
and a proper life
그저
living
손에
as
쥔 걸 놓고 싶지 않은 것뿐이야.
a living being on top of it. You just don't give up what you finally took a hold of.
난 적어도
At least I use methods that isn't forced.
넌 빛을
Use the same
탈취할
logic
때와
as
대가라는 명목과
when you stole the
도서관에
light.
찾아온 자들을 죽였어.
you used it to kill those who came to the library in the name of fair price. While they had this free will, it's hard to say they truly did. All those who gained the invitation all chose to go to the library. Not one refused.
그로 인한 인과조차
You
고려하지
didn't even
않고
stop to think about the consequences of your
넌
actions.
본인 이외의 사정에 대해
That's how
알바라는 태도로
You've
일관하니까.
always been. You don't give two shits about anyone other than yourself.
하지만 비난하지
On the
않아.
voice.
비난하지
I did a lot of recording yesterday, or the past 3 days. I'm probably gonna take a break from recording for a bit after this is done. Though, maybe not, because I still have theater reception. I don't blame you, though. I just can't.
그래. 그게
It's how the
도시야.
city works.
그건 그거고.
That's that, and this is
그러니
this.
나도 철저히 도시 사람으로서
That's why
널
I gotta
죽이겠어.
kill you strictly with the mindset of the city folk.
난 널 죽이고
What I need to do is kill you. Take my revenge.
넌 날 죽이고
What you need to do is kill me. Get the freedom you wanted.
서로 원색적이고 간단한
We just need to have a simple, raw state of mind as we fight each other.
너도 다른 생각하지 말고
So I want to stop getting any
복수를
so-
향한 욕망만 품으면 돼.
noises. So I want you to stop getting any funny little ideas and stick to your desire for freedom and vengeance.
내게는 고통밖에
I have
없습니다.
nothing but my sorrow.
그것 말고는
and I want nothing more.
고통은 내게 충실했다.
It has been and still
지금도
is
변함이
faithful to
없습니다.
me.
내 영혼이
Why should I
시간의
begrudge it,
바다를 헤맬 때에도
since during the hours
고통은 늘 곁에
when my
앉아
soul crushed
날 지켜주었으니
the depths of my heart,
어떻게 고통을
it was
원망하겠습니까?
seated there beside me.
아,
Oh sorrow, I have
나는
ended,
결코 내게서
you
떠나지
see,
않겠다.
by respecting you,
나는 마침내
because I am certain,
너를 존경하기에 이르렀다.
certain you will never leave me.
나는 이제
I realize it.
존재하는
Your
것만
beauty lies in the force of your
알아봤다는
being.
너는 가난한 내 마음의 화롯가를
You are like those who never
떠나지 않았던
left.
사람을 닮았다.
Sad fireside corner of my poor black heart.
나의 고통이여
Oh, my sorrow,
너는 더없이
you are
사랑하는
better
나이보다
than well
다정하다.
beloved.
나는 알고 있나
Because I don't know
내가 죽음의 자리에
that
드는
on the
날에도
day of my final agony,
너는 내 마음
I will
속으로
be there,
깊이 들어와
lying in thy sheets, O sorrow.
너와 함께
So you have,
가시라니.
so that you might once again attempt to enter my heart. Oh dear God, it's not over. Oh dear God, it's not over. Okay. Well then. Until next time. Yeah, this is gonna be half an hour. I don't care. Until next time.